So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Canary. Can you tell any differences between these two pairs? Hopefully this video helps you. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at two pairs of Nike Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Lows in the Canary colorway. A very bold colorway and not like the other Travis Scotts, but we've got a real and a fake pair here today to help you at home if you are trying to authenticate your pair. So I must emphasize it does not support the counterfeit industry in any way. It's just to help you at home if you are trying to purchase a retail pair, because they're going for about £500 now, which is crazy. So we'll take a look at the boxes first and see the differences between the two. So if I hold the boxes up to the camera, as you can see here, this is the retail one here, and it's a slightly lighter cream on the top compared to the fake one, which has a slightly more green yellow hint to it, but they are pretty close and the text and font size is pretty much exactly the same. If I spin them around and show you the labels, and I'll give you a close-up of this, you can actually see there is a difference in the labels. So if you look at the USA 11.5, you'll see it's slightly thicker on the retail one compared to the fake one, where the text is actually slightly thinner, and this goes across all the sizing labels. You will also see that the text on the left where it says Women's Air Jordan 1 Low is slightly placed higher up on the fake one compared to the retail one. However, they are pretty close, but these are the minor differences you're going to have to look out for if you are trying to authenticate your pair. So just pause it on the screen there and take a closer look at the labels if you want to compare it to your pair at home. But they're just boxes at the end of the day. If you're buying the shoes, you're buying for the shoes. So we'll open them up, take a look at the details inside. So we'll open up the retail one first, take the box lid off. These were purchased from eBay because I didn't miss out on sneakers. So here is the authentication label. Of course, they do come with two sets of spare laces. You get a blue one here and also a red one here. And then obviously the Cactus Jack paper on top. If we open up the fake one, we do have the Cactus Jack paper on top. I would actually say it's a slightly bolder pink. Hopefully that's going to show up on the camera. But you can see it's a slightly bolder pink than the retail one. The retail one actually looks a slightly duller colour than this one. So we'll move this to the side and take out the shoes. So here are the two pairs. Can you tell any differences straight away? Try and comment down below some differences that you spot before I even go into the details. So the first difference is actually really easy to see. The fake one does come with the two sets of spare laces, but they're actually attached to the left shoe. So you get them in two plastic bags. You get a red one here, and you get the blue one here, but they're attached in plastic bags. If you compare that to, obviously, the retail one comes in these two cardboard containers with them moved to zero. So they're trying to cut out the plastic, which the fake ones clearly aren't. So big difference straight away. If you have a dead stock pair, look out for this, 'cause it's an easy telltale sign. So let's start with the differences, and we'll firstly start with the toe boxes of both pairs. As you can see, the shape is actually slightly different between the two pairs, but it's the material used that's the big difference. So the leather on this retail one is actually very soft and actually pretty good quality. As you can see, it's already got slight creases because it's so soft. I've not even worn these are dead stock. Whereas the fake one, it's kind of a plasticky leather. It doesn't have the same look and feel as it does on the retail one. It feels kind of, I don't know, it just does not feel like leather. It actually feels like it's plastic a little bit. It's not good at all. These are both a UK 9 in sizing, and if we take a look at the outside here, look at that iconic blue backward swoosh, and look at the placement of the tip of it here. Look how close it is to that looped lace hole there, as you can see, whereas I'll show you on the fake one, the gap is actually a lot bigger, as you can see there. So the placement of the swoosh is off compared to the retail one. One detail that fakes always get wrong, and they've got it wrong on this one, is the outer side here. If you look at the lace holes, they're pretty much all placed exactly in the middle of this nubuck suede material. As you can see, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle, all the way along. And that is the same on both sides, as you can see here. Whereas if you look at the fake one, I'll show you here. What's that guy doing up there? That lace hole is miles off the place. And on the inside, it's exactly the same as again. What is he doing up there? Not in the middle at all. So look at the lace holes when they're dead stock. Actually, you can look at them when they're laced up as well, because you'll see the placement of them is all over the place. This one here is always pretty much bang in the middle compared to that of the fake one where they're all over the place. Spinning the shoes upside down, and the gum soles are relatively similar, but I think you can see on the camera there is a slight difference. This middle patch here on the retail one is thinner than it is on the fake one. They've done the material slightly thicker on the fake, so it gives off the wrong colored appearance. As you can see, the retail one looks a lighter patch in this section compared to the fake one. However, they are relatively close, but there is a difference in the gum color on the bottom of the sole. Something you'll be able to see when it's a dead stock pair, but once you've used them, that's going to be pretty much impossible because they'll get dirty and it'll be really hard to see even if you clean them. Obviously, this is called the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Yellow Canary. As you can see, the yellow nubuck suede around the shoe is incredibly bright. What I would say is the fake one is a little bit duller. I'm not sure it's going to show up on the camera, but it isn't correct in the yellow color. It is slightly duller on the fake one compared to the retail one. It looks like it's been worn maybe 2 or 3 times and the kind of color has faded a little, whereas the retail one is incredibly bright and the yellow pops out very loud. Spinning the shoe to the inside here, looking at the Cactus Jack symbol on the inside, you can see the stitching cuts through the top of that C there, but the key difference here is the S almost touches the sole here, so the placement of the Cactus Jack is very simple, whereas on the fake one, if we look at it, the S at the bottom is much higher up, so the placement of the Cactus Jack symbol on the inside is incorrect. Also spinning the shoe on the inside and taking a look at the swoosh, you will actually see the swoosh shape and placement is a little bit off. So here is the retail one, and look how it curves up towards that nubuck suede on the lace holes. Look at the shape of it, and then if I show you the fake one, you can see it kind of curves a little bit too far back. It doesn't go up like it does on the retail pair. Quite hard to see, but hopefully you can get that picture from the angle here. A very minor difference between the two, if you look on the underside of the tongue here, you'll see at the bottom it does say made in China, and look at the gap between the stitching and the text here. Look at the spacing between the two, and if I show you the fake one here, the spacing is much smaller. As you can see, the text is pretty much on the stitching. I know this is an absolutely tiny detail, but it is something you're going to have to look for if you're spending £500 on a pair of sneakers. And then finally, we'll look at the back of the heel and look at the shape of both pairs. Do you see a difference in the shape? Because the retail one here, actually I would say is a little bit flatter and fatter, so it fits around your ankle a little bit nicer, whereas the fake one here is a little bit taller and narrower, and it actually probably doesn't fit as nicely just because that shape at the back isn't quite as nice as the retail one. I'm not sure this is going to show up on the camera, but I really hope it does because it's an easy difference. So if you look at this stitching going around the sole here, you'll see they're all evenly sized and evenly spaced going all the way around, and this is all on both sides of the shoe. Whereas on the fake one, if I show you at one point, I think it's on the inside, yeah. So on the inside, around about here, you'll see this one here is a tiny stitch which is misplaced. So it means they've got the consistency wrong and they have left one tiny little stitch in there, as you can see, which doesn't happen on the retail one. The retail one is consistent in size all the way around the sole. The final thing I'd point out is on the retail pair here, this is the left side, this tumbled leather here is really high quality. It actually is really good, and that's the same on both sides. You can see the tumbled leather. However, I'd say the fake one, they've tried to replicate this, but it's such a bad leather quality that it just looks like a fake tumbled leather. It does not look good at all compared to the retail pair. So hopefully this video has helped you if you are trying to authenticate your pair at home. They are really close from first glance, as you can see here, but if you dive deeper into the details, you can see the differences between the two pairs, and I hope this video has helped you at home if you are trying to authenticate your pair. But thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe because it helps me do videos just like this to help you at home, and I've got plenty more coming. But if you want more real versus fake sneaker content or football boot content, please subscribe to the channel because that's what I do. And if you want shorter video content, it's on my TikTok channel now. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.